welcome on in to To and From episode 6. We've just watched episode 6 right there. We're going into our immediate reactions as of this right minute.
Yes, pretty
So,
much nothing.
Fuck all, essentially, fuck all happened. It's probably the nicest way to put it, I think. Like, stuff happened, but didn't really happen.
Yeah, it was one of those where it was like just a lot of them telling other people what's happened, but
Yeah.
because we already know, we're getting told again.
Yeah.
Which is like,
And I should also note that you'll see at the start of this, you'll see doing the ramble basically about what happened in the episode. It's probably going to be actually really, really fast, but I think it'll be the better way of doing it going forward. So that's why I'm not doing this 1 minute intro bit anymore. But yeah, I realistically, what majorly happened? Like,
the only really thing that is people are starting to make the connection to the man in yellow. That's the only big
that's
thing.
true. That's true.
And you can start to see that the lassie, the Christian, what's her name?
Yeah,
I forgot it.
evil bitch.
Yeah, woman, man in yellow.
Man, I know. I always just say the man in yellow and the woman disguise. we need an acronym.
She has a name. That's the
I think
most
it's just the man in yellow. It's Sarah.
No, that's the other lassie.
Damn it, it's Susan. No, I think it begins with an S. Though, does
It's
it not?
Karen.
I can't remember. But like, yeah, nothing really happened, but lots of stuff happened in a weird way. So like,
Yeah.
obviously, like the very opening bit was just Jade talking about how like he found the door, but then he brought up something that I thought was really good, which was he was just literally like, I've never been to Colony House's basement, so I don't know what the fuck it looks like. So
Yeah.
how would I know where the fuck the
door?
door is and shit? And then obviously they go to Colony House and it's not there.
Yeah. To be fair,
But-
we did actually skip a wee quite important part there.
No, we didn't.
So at the very start, he goes, "I know how to get out," and it's the children's bones that are buried there.
True, there is that bit. I still, but I think the reason
doesn't know what to
but
do
you know
with
what? I was going to say, I think the reason I skipped it is the same reason Boyd skips it, which is like,
It's like,
he just goes like, I know what to do, and then he goes, what do we need to do? And he goes, oh, that's your part. He just like immediately goes, I have a plan.
he's like, "I took the drugs.
pla-
You do
yeah.
the plan."
Like he literally goes like, I have a plan. No, I don't actually have a plan. I just know what the ingredient is. It's like it was a proper fucking, like, I can totally see where Boyd's coming from with the idea of being like, motherfucker, I let you have this mushroom trip and then you just didn't help me in that
I'm
exact
gonna be
moment.
honest. At this point, fucking Boyd has to pull his weight because he just took drugs for it. Like, what type of brother is going to be like, "I don't know
Boyd-
what these will do"?
Yeah, Boyd
Yoink.
at this point should 100% just be really fucking freeballing it
Yeah.
with the ideas. Like, but they obviously, like, I think we don't have to talk about it in real tangent. We can
Yeah.
just like go through it, sort of thing. And like they go to Colony House. The lassie who I forgot about completely, my hatred
Still down there,
actually,
just-
my fucking hatred subsided. I actually forgot about her. It might have been the best thing that's happened to her characters. I fucking
Best
forgot she
character
exists.
development.
Best
She went
character.
in the
But you know
basement.
the thing is though, right? She probably will end up being fucking super useful now though, because she's going to actually be able to, like, she will probably have figured out a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And the fact she started categorising stuff and that, you're like, there's going to be something in there that clicks now because she's done that. I do actually believe that. She is still going to be a problem, I think, at some point, but like
She's black
she's
and
already
white.
she's
gonna be a
already
problem.
fucked a vehicle and everything anyway. But like
And
they go
somebody's
down,
gut.
but they go down there and there's no door. But even when we were watching the episode, the first thing I literally said was, I'm 99% sure there's going to be a door behind the wall because there's so
Yeah.
many iterations of this sort of time span thing happening that, like, at some
Somebody's
point
just went,
somebody's went, can we stop having doors in the basement for the monsters to come up?
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have had the talismans back then, so it makes sense that they build
That's
a
an
fucking
even
wall.
better reason when I think of it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Like, it makes
one of
perfect
this.
fucking sense. Let's just board up all the fucking doors. Because then eventually, like, if you were hiding in there, I guess you could possibly barricade the door, I guess. There's maybe
Just
a
know they
world.
would punch
You would just,
through it.
aye,
Look, fucking
maybe,
one punch
but like,
magic.
I guess the idea would just be, like, if you could do something well enough, you could still probably hide in the houses.
I mean, yeah.
Because they hide everywhere when you think of it. I mean, they have, like, fucking wee dugouts and shit
Yeah.
that they're hiding in. So, I mean, I guess in a way, anywhere's a spot. Do you know what I mean? But I guess that the barricading of that door would make sense, like just basement and block it all off. Because I guess you could block that off and then block enough of like the fucking basement up. Because you could barricade from the other entrance to the basement and just have so much shit in front of it that they would not be able to get through.
Or they're just like, do you know what, it's not worth
it's
it.
not worth the hassle of knowing somebody's never going to get back up, basically.
Yeah.
So like I can see some things like that, but the moment we've seen that wall, I says there's a door behind it. It says there's no fucking way there's not. Not even just to fully believe in like Jade's dream kind of thing. Like it was just 100% there's a door there. Because otherwise, as well, to be quite honest, let's be just real. Jade has no concept of that room, so the idea of them then not being a door there, but he has the concept of every other part of the room, also doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So it clearly is he's reliving a life, so he knows the information. Like it's
Could you imagine if it was him that put up the wall and he's like, God fucking damn it, me.
It could actually be though. That's the thing.
Fucking hilarious.
That's the thing with the whole reincarnation of it all, right? There is never no doubt that could actually have been him that put up the wall, which is why he knows the door was there.
Could you imagine? Remember the guy with the boulder?
Oh my god!
He builds it from the inside, and then the boulder.
No, but it could be. No, but think about it, right? It could actually be he built it from the other way and causes a cave in.
Yeah.
Like that actually could be the thing. Because let's be honest, where's he getting the fucking bricks from? He probably had to actually mine and literally make bricks. Probably, I'd imagine to some degree.
Yearn for the mines.
Like that actually could be the scenario. So like he does that story. Like is all that. I don't know if we dumped straight into the end bit with it. I guess I think we must, to be honest. I think because it ties up what we're talking about with Jade and Boyd's story, which is basically something else happens that we'll quickly jump into in a second. But like he basically just goes fuck this shit and starts smashing down the wall at the very end, and it reveals the door. So
very inefficiently though.
Yeah, he did do it with a sledgehammer, not a pickaxe. But.
You gotta do what you gotta
do.
He
reveals the door at the very end before the scene cuts and then the episode's done. The lead up to that though of why he's fucking breaking down is because Donna and everything come back from the camp. They've brought the totems back, Roger's body, and obviously the lassie had her face burnt, she's away getting healed, right? And then they bring everyone back basically, right? But they don't bring food, right? But I think
they bring some, but
but not enough because they bring back Roger basically, which I think is the right call personally. But what I'm kind of curious for is where the fuck did they hide? This is what I want to know because I actually didn't fucking allude to anything about it.
So, do you remember in the last episode we both came about saying it's more territories?
But the monsters were still floating about.
But remember when they fucking killed it, they backed off and went, and started walking away.
I think they back off, but I think they back off in the sense of they just don't actively come for them.
I mean, I think they just seen their pal get stabbed 5 seconds after coming alive.
But then,
I would be like, you know what?
If the territory scenario is true and the monsters can't come into that, maybe because the totems, for instance, could be the same as the talismans, potentially. Fair fucking play. But I just don't know where they would have been in that scenario because they do quite specifically say they collected his body at dawn, basically at daybreak, and they'd already stitched him up and fucking made him a doll.
I wonder if he's going to turn into one of them.
Nah, I think they just do it to like fucking mark the body, just a trophy kill basically at that point. I think it really is that, to be fair. But yeah, like the fact that like they've brought Roger back, fucking Scarface is getting redone, like, and then they basically like just talk essentially about like what Tabitha's fucking figured out. Now that what then happens is it causes Donna to have a heart attack because I think the stress has now officially got to her where you've got fucking psycho monsters at night and now all of a sudden fucking dolls come to life and rip your throat out.
Fucking
it's a fucking she's not in the healthiest position anyway though, so it probably makes sense that the Twinkies Ethan's Twinkies, so she's probably fucked it for that one, and then she has a heart attack where Boyd does CPR man, still gets Kenny to go get Christy and that. They come, they zap her a few times, doesn't do it, and then Boyd's like, fuck it, manual time, still doing it, and then she comes back to life basically. But she's breathing but she didn't wake up. Which then raised the whole other question of
did they actually bring back vegetables?
True. But also, how does that work if she didn't wake up, for instance? Like, if she doesn't wake up, what does that do for the number 47? How does that even work for reincarnation? Because I just realised What happens, right? Genuine fucking question here, right? I'll let see what you say. What happens if they just fucking tonic everybody in the fucking town and just make them catatonic?
Well, they just fucking off themselves.
No, just fucking brain dead themselves. What happens if you just brain dead everyone? Because they're still alive for X amount of time. I guess in theory everyone would die because you can't keep them alive. But like, if you could in the practice figure a way to like keep everyone alive long term.
Back of the
Oh
head
yeah,
where the next
if you
person-
just IV drip them, right, and then you just have like a fucking feed, for instance, right, and you could keep everyone alive, right. What happens in that scenario if you just brain dead everybody bar one person? Because then nobody can come in to take the spot because reincarnation doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because they're not dead. They're still very much
Could you
alive.
fucking imagine though?
Like, think about it
The
though.
monster just goes, well, these fucking talismans are useless. So-
Maybe. But like, I'm thinking about shit like that where I was like, yeah, her not dying kind of thing is like a fucking, here, hold the bus, what does that do for the numbers?
Do you know what? I'm starting to think it's actually, while all the nightmares are because what they think is it's everyone's nightmares is causing these type of monsters.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if it's the same with the talismans. So because they believe it,
Because
works,
everyone
it's
believes
worked,
it.
but
You're
it's the
basically
same
just
with the
you're basically
stabbing
just
through the
yeah, you're
big
basically
one.
just doing like the fucking the orc theory for 40k. Like, I believe this works, so therefore it works. Like, yeah, I'll probably say aye to that. To be fair,
Just
like,
see Gawk and Walk in the
still-
background fighting.
like there is a chance that could be true. Like
Because that's
the
twice
monsters.
the two things that they've used as like either weapon or protection, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, what? Like one, they found the talismans in a wee random hut,
Yeah.
believed it worked, so it worked.
Well, they found the talismans inside the tree. Is what they found.
So aye,
They found the totems outside of the village that was initially one of the settlements.
yeah.
But I can't remember how. I would need to deep dive again, but I can't remember exactly how they described the settlement. Like, was that one they found, or was that where somebody started? I can't remember now.
So they found it. That was what happened was when they were all starving. They just said, "Screw it, we're going." Somebody goes like out as far as you can.
Aye,
Find.
yeah.
They found this big patch of it all, and
Yeah,
then found the
and then
three
found
houses.
the
The two that were
houses.
kind of
Aye.
burnt down, broken. The one that was still fine,
Yeah.
was fine.
But it does make you think, like, because do the monsters fuck with that area? Because actually,
That's
we
why I'm
didn't
just
didn't
thinking-
see them.
Yeah, I'm thinking territories.
Aye,
here.
I think there might be
It's
territory.
like
I think
the
there might be
crossover
like,
just
aye, I
doesn't
think there
happen.
might be zones within zones that there's like that sort of settlement the monsters can fuck with is their settlement, and the woods can only go so far.
Yeah.
And then yeah, maybe these like the fucking dolls. I think the dolls probably were fucking submerged though. Like, I don't think they would exist at any other time until they got pulled out.
Yeah.
So I think that might
that's
have been like the fucking voodoo magic that kept them fucking stuck.
Aye.
They control that territory, but they're stuck in the lake for
Aye.
whatever. Well,
Whatever was holding them down.
well, what
that's
essentially
the-
was, I think what essentially was holding them down was the fact that the man basically chucked them in the water when they were essentially deactivated,
when they were
sort of thing. So like, I think that might be the case, because they did say they came out at night. They came out of the water and killed him, mind though.
Yeah.
But then they must end up back there again. So they must like fucking wrap them up in seaweed and shit, and then lock them in there, or done some mad spell. Somebody maybe does some mad spell and
hocus
like,
pocus.
aye, full on fucking
Getting your
like,
full focus.
aye, and then fucking drowns them. Like something like that could happen.
Aye.
But like, I think so. Yeah, I think.
I'm
something like that.
sticking to I've now just kind of solidified it with myself that it's definitely territories for each part.
Yeah, I think
There
I'm with
may
you.
be a crossover like certain parts, but it's
That, like,
mostly
yeah, it's like there's
you stay
probably
in
like,
yours, I'll stay in mine.
I would imagine there
and
must be
that's-
like certain points to it where it's like there's no man land,
Yeah,
where it's just like anything goes.
because if you think about it, could you imagine the spider just went, fuck it, I'm coming in,
Well, that's the thing as well,
Like,
yeah, because
and it just
what's
charges
what's
through.
to stop the spider? What, I mean, essentially it would be like, yeah, what's to stop the spiders from fucking coming into town?
Yeah, fucking
Like,
war of the
there's-
monsters.
yeah, like,
Fucking
yeah, literally, like,
smiley fucking
aye,
boxing the fucking
boxing
spider.
Fuck off, Sheila. Like, yeah, there is a world to that scenario, so I'm with it. I'm with you on that one. To be
Yeah.
fair, like, Sedona has the heart attack. She eventually does wake up, but she wakes up only after Boyd has his conversation with the priest again, who
Yeah,
has.
I
for
love
the
that he keeps
first time
coming
sh-
back.
Yeah, it's the first time he's showed up in ages as well.
Yeah, it's one of those characters where he's not in it a lot, but he's clearly pivotal to the story, because he does kind of act like the boy in white for a wee bit.
Yeah,
where he's
yeah.
like, you're running out of time. I don't know why though, and it was the same as the boy in white. He's like, you're running out of time, but I can't really tell you why.
I still weirdly think it's just Boyd's coping mechanism.
I mean, yeah, there's a
Like,
fucking big chance
It only seems to show up when Boyd's having like a very
full-on
much
break.
full-on breakdown
Yeah.
on the mental health. Because if you think
think
about
I
it,
like
because
that,
I can't remember the last time it happened. To be fair, right, I can't actually remember the last time. I just remember it being like a pivotal moment that he shows up, and then this kind of scenario is Donna is the number 2 of the town, right?
Yeah.
If Donna dies, there's no fucking controlling anyone else outside the colony house.
Aye. That's where it breaks down, and that's
that
where
whole like, because let's be honest, who the fuck actually takes over after that? Fucking Fatima and Ellis. Like, one of them's building a fucking golem we'll talk about in a second, right? And the other hasn't got a fucking clue. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, genuinely, like, I'm thinking, going, like, yeah, if she dies, like, I think that's where the man in Yale's correct, where it says everything falls apart. Like,
Yeah,
they all
'cause
tear each other
Fatima's
apart.
not gonna help anybody.
Because there is this whole big scenario of who fills that void. And it's not Boyd, because let's be honest, the reason they stay in Colony
fucking
House...
police lady
But
comes
think
in
about-
like,
oh,
I
true.
am ready.
It's my turn. Time to go hardcore. But like, yeah, no one fills that void at all in the town. I can't think of anyone in the town that does fill the void of Donna dying and then taking over that role. And I think Colony House just goes fucking rampant. Like, I think they would end up being the ones that let the monsters in houses, basically.
It'd be fucking funny
They
if
would
they
just
bumped
go
that
all over the
house down.
place. Well, yeah, even
And
just
that's
something
where
like
it's
that.
like, yeah, now they're really fucked.
So, like, yeah, I think they would be fucked. So I think him having the breakdown of being like, hey, I'm fucked if you die. Like, because they'll not listen to me. There's a limit to they'll listen to him, but not to the same extent.
Yeah.
Like, if Donna tells them to do something, it definitely feels like they'll do it. Kind of thing. Like, let's be honest, how many people are volunteering to go into the fucking woods to collect turnips? Like, the fact they even have a group of people going in makes fucking sense. But
I
if
don't think they
Boyd,
had a choice, I'll be honest. They
Well,
looked like it was just a...
aye,
You're
I
going
still
this run.
I still think I still think it's the Roger and the woman. I think it was still their choice to go in. Like, I think if
choice
because
of
the thing
God,
is,
stop.
well, yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like you can either go in or don't, and you would starve over time. But I think enough people would have said, "Well, I'm going because Donna's going still." Like, I think that
Yeah,
still
like, that's,
exists. Like, it's still
the
that respect
motivation to,
level.
like,
Yeah, if Donna's going, I'll go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, is it dangerous? Possibly, but if Donna goes, I go. I don't think if Boyd says, right, we need a turnip run, I think everyone says, well, fucking get your arse in the woods, mate. Like, no one goes at that point.
Yeah.
So, like, her potentially dying is a fucking big pivotal moment where I don't know why, see when she fell, I honestly, right, just as a throwback, legitimately, right, thought a ring was going to fall down the stairs. No joke. See, just the way she fell, I honestly fucking thought that was what was going to happen, and that was going to be the bookmark. That was the first thing that went through my head, and it didn't happen. I went, bastard.
Yeah.
But then maybe if somebody goes back in time, for instance, maybe when she falls, that's what causes them to drop the ring or something. Well, yeah, it might be what causes them to drop the ring, for instance, because she goes, oh my god, Donna goes down. Something like that. Might not have ever come to it, but it was the first thing that
I
legit
can see
clicked in
why.
my head where I went,
Yeah.
this is the first time we saw somebody fall at that very specific spot.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
but,
Didn't think about that.
Aye, just a random one-off thing. Like, other than that, Fatima's building her golem.
Yeah, which is getting somewhere now.
Yeah, it now has shapes. It almost has arms, technically. As
Yeah.
such. Also has a weird smile, though. Just saying.
Yeah.
But if it makes her sleep easy at night, fair enough.
Somehow.
Like, yeah, somehow. Like, her story, that was literally like a one-scene thing. Like, I think that was generally it. And what's his name called? Ellis was just like, I've kind of failed you because you're building a fucking doll in this house and made it of mud. Help me, help you. That was basically their story.
Yeah.
Like, I think they did fuck off. And then only other than that would be the two other bits would be Victor standing at the top of the roof, where, like, we both made a comment. You'll have seen that in the opening.
Yeah.
But they basically, Boyd essentially says, listen, I need you to fucking start getting this information to help the town, essentially.
Yeah.
So he tells them about the man Yall a little bit, about the fucking brown car that he comes in.
No veggie plate.
No veggie plate, yeah, so
Fucking
you can't just
like a
find
brown
that
car.
yet.
Everything's
And then-
rusted. They're all fucking
They're
brown.
all brown. And then really just Ethan comes in, they draw pictures together. There's that one photo that it does do a very obvious pan that I don't think it was the dolls though. I'm just saying it. I don't think it was the dolls.
see, I
I
think it
think
is.
it was his sister. is who I'm going for.
Just you, Holly.
Aye. I think it's the sister in that scenario, so like it's kind of fair play. It could be the dolls, it could not be the dolls. I really don't know, but it has to be somebody that's going to be pivotal to the story because it was too obvious a camera pan to the two of them sitting and then the person there, kind of thing. So like I think it was one of those where I'm like, yeah, I can't see that being something that's a throwaway. That's not a red herring. That can't be a red herring. It has to be something.
Yeah, it was right on, like middle of the screen.
Yeah,
Facing you, like at that point,
quite literally staring at you.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that was basically it for Victor as well.
Yeah,
Honestly, and then the only other bit now would be the man in yellow and the woman in disguise talking to Henry because she sees him in the police station holding the yellow suit,
and he makes a connection to the family now.
And yeah, so this was the thing, right? So basically, the quick rundown was like she sees him in the thing, starts talking to him, and she basically just follows him to when he goes back to the bar.
Yeah.
Right, and then they start drinking together. He does consensually ask her age, but she does say old enough to bury my dad and grieve, which was not an age because she's
not
10.
age verification.
Aye, definitely
the
would
UK justice system needs your passport and your credit card detail before you can get on this site.
So they start drinking away for the children. They start drinking away, and then that starts to unravel information Henry is given to the man in yellow, not knowing that's who it is, obviously.
That is another thing as well. That's so fucked. Where he's telling us, like, yeah, this man did fucking unspeakable things.
Aye.
And she's just sitting there going,
well, cheeky,
good times. If I could go back, I would.
Hashtag throwback Thursdays. Like, 100% though when you think about it, right? But like, yeah, so he starts like giving all the information essentially, which is where it then clicks to him being like, he's going to die, he has to go because he now knows too much information.
Yeah, they really made it like it was going to be a death.
So like she walks around the bar, she sees a broken glass. I assumed it was going to die in the episode, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just thought it was going to die in the episode. But then she does a weird thing where she then, like, they're talking and this stuff, she goes back round the bar, she cuts her hand on the glass, he goes to get a rag to wrap her finger up and she drips blood into his glass.
Yeah. But it does technically mean if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, true. But it's also again another one of those my blood, your blood shit every time because it has to connect to something.
That'd be fucking hilarious if he was the one that had the original AIDS.
True.
The worms.
The worms. Oh, well, this is the thing. Martin could end up being Henry, for all you know.
Okay, yeah, aye.
Possibly.
It took me a second. I was like,
possibly. Martin and Henry could end up being the same person.
Yeah.
Or
and that's
like
how he starts
reincarnation.
it, yeah.
Yeah. But then the whole thing with it was he pours the blood into it, and then eventually they have a drink together, another drink together. In which case he's now drank the blood. Whatever that means, we don't really know. I'm on the scenario of I think she'll be able to control him now.
Yeah. Or at least give him thoughts like.
Yeah, or kind of like the way Sarah feels shit. Like I think it'll be something on those lines. Maybe Henry now does like the Abby, which I thought was going to be the blonde chick, but now it could actually be Henry that does
maybe that's how. So it's not shown us how Sarah was like how she got all like the writing in her arms where it kind of tells her to do stuff. But maybe at some point he's done that already. But and that's what the blood does. It's like a physical connection to do those things.
Well, she never really. See when she gets the written shit on her arm and stuff, it disappears though, does it not?
Yeah, so it's only there for a bit, but then it heals.
But I don't think it's. But I think it's only there for her. Like I think if it says like fucking stab up Tabitha, right? She can't be like, Boyd, look at this, and then he's just like, yeah, it's your arm, you fucking idiot. Like I don't think it's there for anyone else, because I think everyone has their own fucking issues essentially that only they see. Do you know that way as well? Like, so I don't think she would be able to show it to anyone. Or she could see it and show it, and it would be the same as like Jade having the fucking hallucinations, and Boyd's like, no, you never left the chair. But he went a full story. Like I know he was actually tripping out, but she's also tripping, seeing shit in her arm and stuff, right? Like there's a lot of psychosis and everything coming into play, and I just think, I think maybe the Abby of this world might end up being Victor, because she does start to say to him, kind of on the lines of like, nothing's fucking real in here. Like, what if everything's just a big hullabaloo?
Yeah. Maybe you are already in the comatose state.
Well, that was the thing, right? Because what was the whole thing with Abby's whole thing? Abby's whole thing was just like, oh, if we all go to sleep, we wake up outside.
Yeah.
So now, like, which is basically you're waking up from a bad dream. Her whole thing saying to Henry there was basically this could just be a big bad dream.
Yeah.
So Henry could end up being the one that shoots up the town or does something.
He's going to find that shotgun and just go.
Yeah, maybe. But after he's done a few other rounds,
Yeah.
kind of thing, like house to house, door salesman.
Yeah.
You know, like it could
Two for
happen.
one deal.
Does Henry know where the bullets are? Who's seen where the bullets are? That
So,
was I was trying to remember.
The only people that I remember that know where it is Boyd,
Was it Kenny saw them as well?
Kenny,
wasn't it?
yeah, because he was the one that's like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is that? And he's like, oh
Aye.
yeah, I got it.
So I think that's it, isn't it? I don't think.
I don't think Jade.
I can't remember if. Aye, that's what I was trying in my head.
Yeah,
I was
it's just
trying to
they
think
two, 'cause
who's
that-
all seen the box of bullets, because I still think that's pivotal enough
It is only
information.
they two because at that point they go, who knows about these things? Like, no one, because I take it off. Everyone confiscates it when they first come in. Nobody
Yeah,
knows how many we have.
to know. Aye, so that's just
Like,
those
it's
two.
scrounged it all
So
up,
there's still this and the man in yellow and the girl disguise has started talking to Kenny. So like it could end up being
It'll be
later in
a
the episode it slips,
Yeah.
and then it could be like here's the fucking ammo literally for fucking Henry or something. Like there's
Is
something
that
to
a
it. Though.
smoking gun? Oh shit!
Like, I can't think what else happened though. I think that was genuinely it. Other than obviously fucking Sarah and that painting the room together and talking.
Yeah.
But that was like such a throwaway thing. Like
It felt
she-
like a
I
kind of like not them making amends with each other because she did try to kill a wee brother,
Aye.
but like she's like, do you know what? This place has fucked with all of our minds.
Yeah.
I start to see why you believed all of it.
Yeah, I
Like-
think it's like, hey,
Which is nice to see.
It's like I've had an experience now that makes me understand what you've experienced, to the point where I get why you've done it,
Yeah,
and it's kind of like, yeah, it was nice, but then it also was like one of those where I was like, I don't know what it does for the story right now.
I think it was
if
just
anything.
a feel good part.
Yeah,
It seems to be that actually getting a couple good feel good bits.
I think
once.
so. Like, because that was generally it. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
episode, like for the fact that we had the hiatus of a week, right, which annoyed the fuck out of me, and then that was the episode we came back to. I feel as if I wanted more.
I think I'd be a bit more pissed off if it was like really important stuff we came back to. Like,
No, I'd have been fine. I
like
would
they had
actually.
to get this shitty episode. Not shitty episode out of the way, but
This
the
is
worst one,
this
and
is
then went,
this
"Do you
is
know
by far the quietest episode.
yeah.
Like,
Because I
I
don't
would
think I've
say.
seen a single monster other than
No,
like the cutscene.
no, we literally don't. We literally don't. We don't
Yeah.
even see the dolls.
Yeah.
Well, other than Roger.
Yeah.
Other than Roger, we don't see anything. But like, yeah, we actually see nothing really. I wouldn't say it was a bad episode though. Like,
was a
I just
bad
think
episode,
I think it was just quiet in comparison to what it left off from.
Ah,
I think it would have been fine. I think it would have actually been a really fine episode if there wasn't that week's break. I don't know why the week's break existed either.
I
There
couldn't
might have
even
been
tell
some
you.
holiday or something like that,
Yeah.
maybe. But like the week break, I think what's made it a week episode, just because not really anything happened
Yeah.
as such, which is a bit kind of because I don't want to hate it as an episode, but I actually I'm just kind of like,
It's a good episode, but not a good from episode type of thing. Like it's a
Yeah.
good episode like made, but just not like the others where you're sitting on your seat.
do you know?
night.
Do you know? Do you know? In fact, no. Do you know the best way to put it? Right, if the episodes are all out and you binge watched it, you wouldn't notice it as a bad episode.
Yeah, it'd be much
But
lower in your
because-
list
yeah,
of like, oh, that was
like,
a banging.
Yeah, it's like because more than likely whatever happens in the next episode, so many of the things that in the talks click probably. Well, if you watched it as a binge episode, watching it, you watch the full
Yeah.
8 episodes or whatever it is it's going to be, you wouldn't be like, oh, that was a weak episode. You'd just be like, oh, that was like a bridge to a point,
Yeah.
and you're totally fine with it because it just fits in with it.
You
But
could
I
say
think because
it opens some doors.
Oh, not if they're walled off first. That's what the week was. The week was the wall.
The
And
wall,
then we got
brother.
and then we got the door. But like, yeah, I think that was genuinely it, to be honest.
Yeah,
As I say,
honestly.
it wasn't a bad episode. I know. Like if I was to rate it out of 5, I'm probably going to give it like a 3.
I love how we keep changing
But-
from 5 to 10 and we
I
just
don't
keep
know. I
swapping.
know we always change the system. Eventually, we're going to even change like the graph at some point that I never
It's
had.
going to be 5 Tabithas out of
It's
10.
5 Tabithas out of 10, or 3.5 Tabithas out of 5 for the metric system.
And
Like,
a
I don't
20.
think it was a bad episode. I just think like I think because of the wait. It was just definitely because of the
Yeah.
wait to get to it. Where I'm like, no.
I'm going to probably put it at, like, like, I stick to very much, like, the average is the average. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
3's average out of 5,
Yep.
10, it's 5. So if it's
So you
that,
go
it's
for
a bit
7.
So I would literally just put it as like a 3 or a 5, depending on which score.
Whatever Fromville
Yeah.
scale you're using
It
right
is-
now.
Right now, it's not a bad episode. It's not a bad episode. It's not a great episode. It's just an episode that, yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's one that's going to fill a gap.
Yeah.
But that was it, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was episode 6 of From. And yeah, hopefully there's no more hiatuses. I hope.
I think there isn't.
I
I
hope
got
not,
double
I
checked
hope
after
not.
last week. I was
Because
like, let me make sure.
I'll cry if I find out there's another like non-week as such. But yeah, I think that was everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good.
It was still a good
watch.
episode. I still enjoyed it. Yeah, I still enjoyed it. So yeah, we will see you all back here next week for episode 7, where probably all hell breaks loose because that door has finally been opened technically. Oh god, it's going to be good though.
That will be.
Cool.
But
We'll
until
see you
then.
later on, everyone. Bye.